What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Josh and Nick back once again. If you are returning, this is our second full-length feature video, I guess you can call it. And in this one, we're going to be discussing just overall our feelings and our first impressions and just our journey in general in our 5th generation of Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And our experience, because now that Rise is done, is officially done now for me on the Switch. This is like me wrapping up my first generation of Monster.
That's
you still
right.
got
a
ways to go, but
I got a little bit, but I mean, still, I've played throughout this generation at least.
Yeah, you're good. And you beat the story on Sunbreak, so I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's not my fault that that Capcom doesn't want to update everything at the same time.
Hey, they can take as long as they want, right?
Keep making Monster Hunter games.
So, but I guess we'll just start. Let's just jump right into it. So, with first impressions, Monster Hunter World. So now, I know real quick. I know the common thing, and we kind of like, at least I can speak for myself. I'll let my friend go first though, but I just want to point this out. That the common theme seems to be that people usually hate fucking Monster Hunter when they start with it.
Yeah.
And I fall into that group of people. I hated it at first.
Yeah.
What about you?
So, I think I want to say I think I tried playing it before you had talked about it. I had it downloaded because it was free.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and I think I remember picking Insect Glaive. And it was literally, I didn't even get to the first Jagras, the first big great Jagras.
Oh my god!
Because I was just like, I don't know what it was. I felt like it was clunky. I felt like it was slow, and I wasn't about it.
And now you know the truth about it.
Which is even funnier, right?
It's all about that. It's all about the variables.
Yeah, but so then, I just didn't get back into it for a while. It wasn't like I hated it, but I just wasn't feeling it when I tried it out. And then then you kept playing it more, and then you were like, yo, you gotta play this shit's fun as hell. I was like, yeah, okay. And then I went with Charge Blade, also not knowing what Charge Blade was.
Oh, so you already tried the Charge Blade before we started playing? So
that was the second time. But when I got into it with you, that's when I picked Charge Blade.
Oh my god. But that was your second time trying it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I already didn't know what I was getting into. And then I think maybe a couple hours into it, I was like, yeah, fuck this, and I went to a greatsword.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So
rough.
But then I think we
fucking slow.
Dude. But I think we kind of had both the same thing, the Anjanath.
Oh yeah. Because I fell for the Baroth trap because don't quote me on this, but I'm 80% sure that because you fight the Baroth in the Wildspire waste right before that, and they're like, oh hey, we should probably deal with that Anjanath before we fight Zor Magdaros.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking typical RPG progression. So I'm like, oh, I'm fighting this. I just beat this monster. This is the next monster. So I have to grind this monster to fight this one. I need this one's parts to fight this one.
Right.
And I think the Baroth said it makes you all the pieces have -3 weakness to fire.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was and I just never realized it, so I just quit after that, because I was the same way with you. I had it downloaded for a while. I had it downloaded actually before Iceborne came out. I tried it before then, so I don't know whenever your first time.
It was with Iceborne, I'm pretty sure.
I tried it before Iceborne came out.
It might have been the when I didn't even get very far. It might have been just base game. I don't remember. I think that's might have been why I got back into it, because you were telling me about Iceborne, about the changes, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it now.
Yeah, which is really funny is you're saying that you got into it because of me, because you're the one that actually said because you're hey, knowing you, why aren't you into this game?
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
You know what? I just was yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll get. And then I just thought about it, and I was like, excuse me. I was like, maybe I'll give it another try. So I really got into it and made sure I went full on Dark Souls. So I had guides and all that shit. I did all my research this time. And I was and now we're almost 600 hours later in just World. We haven't even got to Rise. We'll get to Rise later.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But
Oh yeah, so you're saying you were like Dark Souls in it, finally like getting into it.
oh yeah, this went on with the full-on guides, and it's funny because like my first weapon actually was, but actually both times I tried getting into Monster Hunter World was the Insect Glaive. My second time I wanted to try is because I made a second character in Elden Ring. There's a female character, and I was going for like a frenzy flame, evil vampire kind of thing, and I was using the Eleanor's pole blade. So I was kind of feeling that, so I was like, oh, they have the same weapon. So I tried, and that's why I play as a female in World, and I think from now on, I think it's just how it's gonna be. So,
oh yeah, 100%.
So if you guys have issues with that, sorry. I'm playing as a chick. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah,
but
fucking...
I didn't understand it either. I had no idea because I was playing Ground Glaive and I was just like, same shit. It was clunky as fuck. But I was like, you know what? Maybe this is like too. But like I said, I was studying. And I was like, maybe this is too much for me. So I went with the OG, the hammer.
Oh yeah.
And basically just main that fucker still to this day. I'm trying to branch out more with some of the other weapons and stuff. I'm trying to use more of the shield weapons now.
Yeah. Yeah.
My OG starter weapon was hammer, and I fucking love hammer in a fucking.
Dude, World and Hammer Hammer and World just feels so good.
And the big the bunga stick.
Dude, the bonks are so good in World.
Oh man, and it makes me. I guess I was telling you a little earlier. I kind of want to go back and like, if it wasn't such a pain in the ass to re-download everything.
Yeah.
But I'm really debating on like starting a new character and going back just to play base World without the clutch claw.
To just see how it is.
Yeah, because
how it truly was.
Because that's where I feel like I specifically lucked out is because when I started it the second time Iceborne had come out, and so when you start the game with the clutch claw. You don't get it until it's not like it's locked until you get to Iceborne. So some of this shit's not really balanced, but the hammer for some reason, the clutch claw with the hammer is fucking 10 out of 10.
The little fucking spinny whip out of the charge attacks. Yeah.
So I used that shit for a long ass time. Now
put that shit on everything.
That big old Defender hammer.
Oh yeah, dude, Defender hammer was like the shit.
Dude, and then my next one I would say moved on was the longsword,
But yeah.
So what was your first like actual weapon?
So I want to say I think I was going greatsword most of it, and I would kind of dabble, and then I started dabbling more into charge blade once I knew what Monster Hunter was and like looked it up. And I watched some guides, and I was like, wow, this is holy shit.
Yeah, it's just like a fighting game character.
Yeah, literally.
The fucking up, down, triple X, triple X, Y, press Y in circle, trigger.
Yep. So like I have a thing of like once I get it on my mind of that I'm gonna learn something, it goes like hardcore. So I like studied the fuck out of the charge blade, like how to fucking do what moves are the best, what does all this shit, what combos, all blah blah blah, all that kind of shit. And then I was starting to get good at it.
Yeah, charge blade's kind of nuts.
Charge blade is awesome if you know what you're doing.
That's my goal right now, is to get good at charge blade in World specifically.
Yeah,
because it looks fun as fuck. I've tried it a little bit, and I got some good ones because like I got some where I'm at the point where I just got parts, so I just build shit.
Right. Yeah.
I just collect stuff. That's normally what I do in these games. Like I just have like one of each item. Like even if it's like some homeless guy's underwear.
I want it.
I was like, I need that item in my inventory.
If it's able to get,
it's a unique item. I need it.
I need it.
Like Fallout, don't even get me started.
But my god,
We're not even fucking talking about Fallout.
But anyway, yeah. So then, like, I think I was doing greatsword for most of the beginning, and then I think I had like the same kind of thing with Anjanath for a little bit, but it didn't make me quit the game like he did for you.
Oh yeah. I fell into that trap. That's right. I did mention that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. So then like. The Anjanath didn't stop me too bad, but the monster that did almost make me quit the game was Diablos.
Oh, fucking Diablos too was a pretty big wall for me.
Dude, that thing is disgusting.
I would say way more fun with lans.
Oh yeah,
Way more fun
any
with
any
lans.
shielded weapons, he's a lot more fun to fight.
For any as two newcomers to the series, if for any other newcomers that may be listening to this right now and you want to learn shield weapons, whatever game you start with, if there's a Diablos in it,
Use the Diablos.
Use the Diablos. It's the best one for training against for shield weapons specifically.
100%.
But I agree. Diablos kind of fucked me up for a good while too. And then the big old horny girl, the Black Diablos.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started.
I'm kind of glad she didn't come back.
Yeah,
for
for Rise. Yeah, I'll take the Afflicted and the Apexes over that.
You did the Afflicted, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Apex, yeah.
But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. The Anjanath was the first real kicker for me. But like I said, when I got into it the second time, still took me a few attempts to get the Anjanath, but I had a way better set than I did the first time. And plus, like I used the big meat stick.
This is gonna kind of lead into one of my like immediate pet peeves I had with the game personally, just because I was bad at the game. So, we play a lot of Souls games, yeah.
Yes.
So we like dodging and rolling, right? It's really hard to dodge things in World.
Oh yeah.
It's very hard to dodge out of things.
In World, we'll just like I guess we can kind of talk about both of them real quick
because we can kind of compare that to Rise.
It is kind of different, but like World is like I feel like World's like or how should I word this? It's like kind of meant to be sweaty. Like Rise is basically an arcade game, but like World is like supposed to be like you're supposed to feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like. So like,
which I do understand that aspect.
So like, I feel like for one, the timing for the windows is like, for example, I can't get roar dodges to save my life in World, but I can like counter the fuck out of it every like
every movement, every breath they take,
every sneeze the monster makes in fucking Rise.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because they just increased the timing. So
yeah.
I just wish though some of the hit values, like we were talking.
Yeah,
about
it was a little different. Yeah.
Like if I get clipped if a Rathian's charging at me and I get clipped by like the tip of the wing, it like still does the same amount of damage if I'm like standing in front of it.
Right.
You know?
But so the other thing is like. It was actually kind of comforting to me because I think like I was just like fed up with the game one day, and I just like Googled. I was like, "Is Monster Hunter World just trash or whatever?" And or like are the rolling the iframes trash or whatever? So I like looked it up and like it was actually kind of.
You actually need skills. Like,
yeah, but it was nice to see people like being like the same thing as me, be like, "Oh yeah, it's hard as fuck to dodge out of shit." Blah blah blah. Like. And, like, I think the other thing is, when you're talking about, like, the hitboxes and stuff like that.
And World, like, you actually, like, World, like, depending on, like, especially shield weapons, like, Rise is a lot more open for, like, what skills you can use.
Yeah.
Like, for certain weapons, like, you need certain skills in World. Like, no matter what, like, you need focus for a fucking great sword. You need that rapid morph. You need speed sharpening. You need that shit. And especially for like the fucking hop with the lance.
Oh yeah,
Rise
extender and shit. Yeah,
Rise is a little bit more open ended.
I would agree.
That is another thing I'd say too.
I would say the what do you want to call it, the difficulty spike is a lot higher and a lot faster in World.
That's true.
You have to like know the mechanics of the game very very fast. In Rise, it kind of I feel like it kind of leans you into it a little bit easier.
Oh, 100%, 100%. It's like a nice steady fucking build up in Rise.
Yeah, with World, it's like literally, oh hey cool, you fought the Jaggerist, whoop, and then the difficulty spike just jumps up.
So like I said, the big old crescendos.
Yeah, literally.
That's what World's about, which I understand. It's the first really big worldwide release. So go big. Yeah, I think they really fucking nailed that.
They did. Because that's the other thing. I think like the a lot of the monsters are so chunky in World that their active hitboxes are just so hard to dodge out of because they're just there for so long during their attacks.
And I feel like it takes some getting used to because like when the monsters are doing certain attacks that like because I think they changed it from World and then changed it back to how it was in the old game for Rajang. Because when he powered up in World, all his hit values changed.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like that in World too.
So
yeah.
I think that, like, for me personally too, that kind of fucks me up still. Like, I can, like, look at a monster, like, I can predict what his attack does, but I always forget, like,
which way to dodge,
his hitboxes are changing. So now this part of his body that wasn't a hitbox earlier is now a hitbox.
Yeah, I think I was just mentioning this the other day when we were doing some grinding. Fucking what monster was it? Was it the Brachydios when he like does his like last final like lunge of his punch attack when his tail whips around? His tail's a hitbox.
Yeah.
For some reason, his tail's a hitbox, even though his tail isn't attacking.
But like I said, I wish it didn't do. It's not his main attack.
Right.
Moves.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't do like all of my health.
Or just let it knock me down or something like.
No, not even that. Because that's the thing that I also pisses me off is about Nergigante when he like jumps into you and he like knocks you on your ass. I'm like, you disrespectful.
You disrespectful fuck.
God damn it! It just like always ruins my combo or something.
He's a ruiner.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Fucking ruiner.
So,
But.
Well, actually, that can kind of lead me into our next slight pet peeve that I think we had with World that almost made us quit is just the juggling. The getting tossed like a fucking Italian salad.
Yeah, but once you start to like learn more about the design, like for example, I guess we should talk about big old fucking big pickle, the Devil Joe.
The good old
like
in this pickle.
The Devil Joe, when you fight a Devil Joe, expect an ass whooping.
Oh, yeah.
Expect an ass whooping. Because, like, that fucking Savage Devil Joe is no joke. And it's like, it's not like it's a bad fight. The monster's designed for, like, what it's
yeah.
He's designed to be the biggest dickhead in the game.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. Physically and literally.
Giant dick pickle, bro. Like, literally, come on.
But, so, like, when you get, like, you sort of, like, it's annoying as fuck, and like it pisses. Like I used to get pissed the fuck off.
Savage Devil Joe almost made me quit the game again.
Yeah.
And that was an end game, or towards end game.
Savage Devil Joe, we'd be like, I'd be like fighting him, and then like all of a sudden I'd just get carded like twice in a row, and I'd be like in 2 minutes, I'd be like, dude, what the what? But
I mean, I could probably put this in, but yeah, we'll have this video clip probably playing in the back of me just absolutely getting destroyed by this Devil Joe and just wombo comboed right at the beginning of the fight.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. But like, I mean, it's just like sometimes you just kind of like have to accept it in a way. But there is some moments though where it is kind of annoying. Like for example, the Rathalos when he's like flying around and does the tail flip. I think the tail flip on the hitbox is kind of ass. It's like the wind like grazing my cheek like. When that sword comes down on Leonidas in 300, and it like fucking, I'm like, oh great, fucking poison, and all this other shit, fucking cocksucker.
Which speaking of Rathalos, let's talk about the wind in World compared to the wind in Rise.
Oh yeah, like so certain things like
or ground tremors, because ground tremors are a lot different in Rise.
Now that you mention it, I don't think I have tremor resistance on like any of my fucking loadouts in Rise.
Yeah,
I think I just have flinch free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized it. Yeah, tremors are no joke in World.
Dude, tremors and wind resistance, bro.
Tremors and wind resistance, especially fucking Kushi.
Oh my god.
His wind aura is constant in fucking World.
Yeah.
But what's another thing I was gonna say? And projectiles in World.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're not standing in it...
Or I should say, like AoE blasts in World. Yeah.
If you're near, like, we're in like a little warning spot appears, like when like a Kieran, or a monster is about
to... You can't just be not in it. You have to be like a couple feet away from it.
Yeah, just because you're not standing, it doesn't mean you won't get hit.
Yeah.
In Rise, the area of effect is a lot smaller. So if you're like...
Or they warn you... They warn you more appropriately, I would say, in Rise.
Like Gore, for example.
Yeah,
like
you know where they're gonna go.
But I guess like, so what do you actually think of like the monsters in World? Because you know that, so like, what was your favorite monster
in World?
In World, I think we might have talked about this a little bit on our tier list. But
that's a tough one.
We'll do World. We'll do World and Iceborne.
Yeah, for sure. We doing just regular large monsters or Elder Dragons or everything in general?
I guess we can do both since they're kind of like literally two different tiers.
For sure.
In world.
If I'm gonna do just base like large monsters, fuck. So like I really love the Odogrons, and I know you share that.
I love
that with me. Yeah.
Too.
And I'm looking forward to that. We'll get more into that with Rise with Lunagaron and stuff like that because that was yeah. But like the Odogrons, I used to absolutely fucking hate Brachydios, but he's starting to hit a soft spot with me.
I've always loved his design and concept.
Yeah.
And I love his history and how he's the first monster to have Blast, which was was called Slime.
Right, right.
But that raging fight was fucking ridiculous.
It's awesome.
Hint.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I just still his movement's still kind of weird. But anyway,
it is, yeah. So he would be up there. I mean, I could just play favorites and just say Dodogama just because I love the little goober.
His fucking googly eyes.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love Dodogama, bro. He's my favorite.
He gets his points for showing up.
Yeah. But I think because he just gets so bullied in Elder's Recess.
Oh my god, he gets bullied as fuck, bro.
And there was this one time I think I was fighting a Brachydios, and all of a sudden the Dodogama like walks into the arena while he's enraged. I'm like, Dodogama, no, get out of here!
Please.
What are you doing? And then he does his like big like rock throw up thing where he shoots like blast rocks all everywhere, knocks the Brachydios down for me, and then just leaves.
Thanks, buddy.
I was like, thanks, buddy.
On that, dude. Every time like I'm in there with a Dodogama, he always just gets used as a weapon by a Savage Devil
Oh my
Joe.
god,
It's the worst thing ever.
The
The
poor
Savage
guy.
Devil Joe just does not let go of small monsters.
No.
It is hilarious and so fucked up at the same time.
Well, I remember there was the one time you were trying to fight some Odogrons in the Coral Highlands, and he just like picked one up and like had it for like 10 minutes, and you're like, I need that. Put that down.
That's my Odogoron.
That's my Odogoron.
That's my Odogoron. Thanks.
Yeah.
Or like what's that fucking old Family Guy? Dan, can we have some?
Can I have some of that Odogoron?
And
Oh
then
my
he
God.
fucking killed it, remember? Because he threw it into the fucking wall and killed it.
That's right!
I'm like, dude, what is this fucking Devil Joe on, bro?
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Alright, so Brachydios.
I would say... I'm gonna say Odogoron, base Odogoron.
And then Brachydios for Iceborne for the base monsters.
Yeah, I would say Brachydios for Iceborne. I'm trying to think fucking all the Iceborne monsters now.
There's a lot of good ones in Iceborne. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Brack for Iceborne, and then it's gonna be a close tie. I'm gonna say Odogoron and then Dodogama, close tie.
Okay. And then what about your Elder Dragons?
For Elder Dragons, it's gonna have to be Nergigante.
Yeah, Nergigante
I mean,
is so fucking
he's
good.
just a fucking boss, bro.
Yeah.
Runer's no joke.
And I love the fact that he's the only. Well, I think he's. I'm pretty sure he's the only Elder Dragon that just doesn't use any element.
Other than yeah.
He doesn't use any element.
Yeah, and he just does bleed in the Runer one. Yeah.
He just fucking fights you like a fucking just straight up hands, bro.
Yeah, dude, he do be like in throwing hands. Not gonna lie.
And
I also want to say, his fights are fun.
Yeah, Nergigante's fights are fun.
Like they're a lot of fun to fucking fight.
Even when you get more advanced and like get better at understanding the mechanics, Nergigante, once you get into Master Rank, he kind of becomes a little bit of a joke because there's no Master Rank version of him. There is the variant, the Ruiner Nergigante,
right,
which I also love. But he's also a good practice.
And I kind of put him in the same
and
I kind of put him in the same tier as Nergigante too, because obviously there's the same thing, but
yeah.
But yeah,
just
like
gives it that little bit extra.
Yeah.
He just does bleed, and he's got a few more attacks, a few more new attacks.
The bone spikes shooting out and shit.
Oh, there's like when you get to Ruin, they're like full on metal spikes.
That's what. Yeah. He just has like the blast that he does and shit. Well, what about you?
Well,
So for base game, what do you think?
For base game,
I know Anjanath was your favorite for a long time.
Once I finally beat him and started learning the fight, it was a good one. That was a good one. Because also I just love dinosaurs.
Right.
Fucking,
yeah.
It's a fucking
It's
T-Rex.
literally a fire-breathing T-Rex. Like,
What's
what's not to love? You know.
What's not to love exactly? And vulgar engine that is so fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I love that variant.
Oh, he sneezed on me.
But I would have to say, damn, for base world. I mean, Dodogama, yeah, for me too, same shit. And I've been using more of his actual gear and stuff, and his stuff's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
it's
good
actually,
blast resistance and stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty good for what it is, and like all the skills are on it makes sense for the set.
Especially for like shielded weapons like lance and gun lance, I think they're actually really good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just remember off the top of my head, I just remember the blast resistance for sure and the blast attack. But fuck, why is this way harder than I thought it was gonna be? I think it's gonna have to be Jerry Totus, man. This is such a unique creature. Like he's like the way he just combos and text.
I was gonna see how long he can keep this up.
Damn, I couldn't fucking do it. I'm sorry to be so disrespectful, but no, fuck Jerry Totus.
Yeah.
Fuck Jerry Totus.
Fuck the Piskins in general.
I mean, yeah, I would have to say Anjanath.
Yeah.
Just for like the pure nostalgia, just being like the first actual challenge that I overcame in Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's like they always say your first game's the hardest, but it holds like a special place in your heart.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I feel that. I feel that.
Damn, and then Iceborne's gonna be even tougher, I feel like, because that was one of my things I don't really like about World, and like I'm kind of glad in Rise they kind of went more out there. It's a lot more, I would say, anime with a lot of the monsters, a little bit more fantastical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, opens it up for a lot more variety. Because in World, they try to go for a more like realistic, like really grounded ecology in the world. Sorry. But, so like, there's not like a huge variety of monsters. Like, it's all like there's a lot of brew wyverns. So when Iceborne came out, I was really excited because like they added monsters like Nargacuga and Tiger X, just like a whole new archetype, like skeleton wise for monsters.
Yeah.
I do like the Tiger X. I do like Tiger X in World, but I think my favorite one though would have to be Mastering Rise Tiger X.
Yeah.
Iceborne. You know what? I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say Tiger X for now.
Yeah.
And that Brute Tiger X is. He looks fucking badass.
Oh yeah, he is.
I love the way he looks, but I'm gonna have to say Brute Tiger X.
Oh, for sure.
And then I'm gonna be a basic bitch too. I'm just gonna have to say Nergigante.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, sorry, I changed my mind to Tiger X. Zinogre.
Ooh.
Zinogre for Iceborne. Which is gonna be really fucking weird, interesting when we get to Rise.
Right.
But for Elder Dragons, I'm gonna say Nergigante, and then I'm gonna say Namiel.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Namiel, bro.
God damn.
I just wish some of her weapons looked a lot better, but Namiel's fucking cool. I love the fight. I know some people hate the fight, and I love Lunastra. Well, I'm a Lunastra fan. I like her more than Teostra in World. But not as much as Namiel. Namiel's just so fucking cool.
Oh, I agree.
I fucking love that design.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And I wish they'd do more water
Elder Dragons. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why that was so hard for me to say.
No, it's all good.
Water Elder Dragons.
I would definitely say she's probably a close second with Nergigante for me.
Oh yeah.
He's my favorite Elder Dragon that I like fighting.
I like Volcana too. Once I started getting the fight there,
yeah,
because she was beating my ass for a
yeah.
good
Volcana's
while.
no joke in World.
And her weapons are cool too, which is what I want to mention really quick is about the weapons and going back to what I just said about the more grounded approach. Some of the weapons in World just feel kind of samey, and it's a lot of just like a big slab of bone with just like a piece of one piece of armor, like piece
the
of hide
weapon
from the
designs.
monster.
Yeah.
Because like Namiel's somewhere like some of her stuff looks badass.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking lance and the bow. The bow looks sick. But like her charge blade's just kind of, if I remember correctly, it's just kind of in. It like looks like the Tiger X one, except it has like the pieces, the Tiger X where it's the color, the hide color. It's just the iridescent.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I definitely think like when you compare it to Rise, I feel like the weapon design was a lot more detailed to each. Yeah, it was like a lot more detailed each monster, like kind of thing, a little bit more, rather than just like a piece of hide that's over the bone weapon. You know?
And I mean, like I said, you know, look, I don't know, can you layer the weapons in World?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can always do that, but that's not really my thing.
Yeah.
I like just if I have a weapon, I want people to see that it's like this is the weapon.
That's what I have.
This is the fucking weapon I have.
Yeah.
Like I said, some of them are a lot of the monsters like Odogon, for example.
Oh yeah, all the weapons are cool.
Every single, besides the dual blades, I just don't like the little chain bit on the end of them that just flails around. I'm like, dude, I just clawed my eyes out like 15 times during this combo just by hitting the monster.
Yeah.
Other than that, love all their weapons, and the armor is cool, and acidic gladness and regular gladness.
Oh yeah, all weapons are really good. Yeah.
10 out of 10 on the weapon designs, but some
100%.
of them I'm just kind of
Devil
like.
Joe. Devil Joe as well.
Oh, the Devil Joe. When you get to the Savage one and they just fucking
glow.
And then when you charge him up with the hammer and the fucking the teeth come out.
Yeah. Those things are fucking cool.
I do like that. But you said you started with Greatsword. Was it when you really got back into it?
Yeah.
So, what's your opinion on? Have you tried Did you try Greatsword and Rise?
I've messed around with it like a little bit. It's one of those things where like it feels like a completely different weapon in Rise.
Oh,
like they added so much to it, which I love. I love that they got like a lot of good love because I know Greatsword's been like a fan favorite for a long time in World in Monster Hunter.
One of the OG weapons.
Yeah. So like I was more used to the like, I guess you could call it. I was more used to the clunkiness in World, rather than being able to move faster and Rise and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed playing it in World, mainly just because in World jump attacks are OP.
Oh yeah, especially with Hammer too, boy.
Oh yeah, and we'll be getting into that shortly. But so yeah, I'll get into that a little bit. So in World, if anybody that doesn't know, there's like two of your main ways that you can knock down monsters. Well, actually, this is including Iceborne, obviously, because with the Clutch Claw, you can wall bash them into the walls, and that'll knock them down if you have ammo and stuff like that. But the other main way is through mounting, where you do like a little movement mini game on top of the monster until they decide to fall down.
It's basically if you're like trying to like tame wild horses in Red Dead.
Yeah, literally. So the way you get mounts is to do mounting damage, which is any attacks that you're done in the air. So you can do ledge rolls, so you can roll off a ledge, you'll go into the air, and then you can do a weapon attack off it. Or off of a sloped ledge, you can jump off and do an attack. So on some of the weapons, they're a little more basic, where you're just doing like a downward slash or something like that. But in the cases like in the Greatsword and the Hammer, you have like a big charged like slam attack in the air.
Yeah, and like you get like a little double jump.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what I was doing because I was watching you play Hammer and stuff. So I was kind of like literally doing the equivalent with the Greatsword. Where you just ledge hop spamming for the most of the fight and just waiting for the monster to fall down, then you get a true charge slash off and then repeat. Well, you know,
I've grown in an appreciation now for the Greatsword in World. It was too slow for me at first. That's why like the Hammer was like my right balance of between moving slow because I got a big giant ass weapon and mobility where I'm actually can reposition myself.
Yeah.
And I'm not like I'm like over encumbered like in Dark Souls.
Yep. Yeah, I'm
not
agree.
like basically fat rolling the whole time.
100%.
But I've gotten more of an appreciation. Mainly because also I've been using it a lot and more in Rise.
Right.
And I love it in Rise.
Yeah,
I absolutely love the Greatsword in Rise. I'm not good at it in Rise yet, but I love it.
It's the time that I dabbled with it. It is a lot of fun. There's a lot more you can do with it now, and I do like that.
And you just feel so fucking powerful.
Yeah,
you're just whipping that big old
huge meat stick.
That huge meat stick around. Like you literally feel like Guts from Berserk. Sometimes.
Oh, 100%.
It's
100%.
ridiculous. But
So then but yeah, then I decided to dabble more in Charge Blade once I actually knew what I was doing. And Charge Blade was my go-to for most of the Iceborne expansion. I think I was doing Charge Blade.
I think so, if I remember from the times we played together. I do
and
remember
then
seeing a lot of Charge Blade action.
And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play Hammer too. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm good as fuck as this. Yeah.
Hammer's legit.
Yeah.
You realize why I've used it for 400 hours?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same hammer for 400 hours.
Literally. Oh, but then I started doing hammer, and then that was that. I dabble here and there back into charge blade and every now and then, but
I really just want to get good at it. But
yeah,
I'm trying to stick to a stringent list when it comes to the weapons.
Yeah,
I
feel that.
Overburden myself and have my brain explode.
No, I feel that. So, definitely feel that.
We'll get to it at some point, but I got some other ones like dual blades, for example. I
know you've been doing a little practice here and there with them.
I haven't touched them yet in Rise, but I absolutely love dual blades.
Actually, no, I don't think I have either.
Yeah. It's weird. I just made a few. I don't think I even have 8 to get all the skills from dude yet. But I absolutely love the dual blades in World.
Oh yeah, they're fun as fuck.
They're so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so like
the zip line
you're
slides.
talking about anime. That's the one thing in World I'd say that's anime as fuck is the dual blades.
The fucking zip lines, the slash attack.
Oh, and
you do like the little jump off the ledge and just down their fucking spine.
The
Beyblade, yeah.
Called, I think.
Yeah.
Or you do the fucking Naruto run.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a Bloodborne fan too, dual blades are your thing.
Oh yeah.
If you're a Bloodborne fan, dual blades will be your shit.
I agree.
What else was I gonna say? Oh, but Charge Blade, yeah. Charge Blade just is one of those weapons that looks so fucking cool, but it's just like I said, I need to get to a point where that's gonna be literally the only thing I focus on.
Oh yeah.
That's literally gonna be the only thing.
It needs a lot of focus.
Learning the Charge Blade and the fucking combos, because I wasn't kidding. It's like learning a new a fighting game character.
It's like learning algebra.
But it just looks so fucking cool, and I really just want to fucking learn it. But
yeah.
I stuck with my basic hammer for a good while, and then I got really fucking good at hammer in World. But then my second love is long sword. Have you tried it? You tried it a little bit. I know you did try it a little bit.
I've used it a little bit in Rise, and I've dabbled here and there in World. I think I have a couple of them. I just kind of the same thing you were saying. I need to set time aside to actually sit down and use it, because I know how it works, and I know the basics of it. I just need to play it more,
especially in World, because like I said, the timings for counters,
timings and the counters are a bit different.
The window is really small, and it's way slower in fucking World than it is in Rise. Way slower.
I think that happened. Didn't it happen yesterday? Because we've been grinding a lot more World lately, preparing for the good old Mr. Black Dragon.
Oh yes, I guess we should mention that now, just to get it out of the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, if you guys subscribe to the channel, me and my boy, we decided to transfer, but we've been playing Rise. Now we're transferring back into World because we beat Iceborne, but we got to clean up some of the harder monsters, especially in my end. So we are doing a quest to wrap up Monster Hunter World.
Officially, yes.
Officially, and we got 2 episodes of that.
Yep, yeah, we got some grinding stuff for me, getting my set kind of rolling, and then we're gonna be doing some more of helping you getting some grindy grind of armors and spears and all that kind of good stuff.
And hopefully now that our almost 1,000, 2,000 hours of experience in Monster Hunter will help us out.
Yeah.
I feel like hopefully this will go a lot better than, maybe if we did it back then.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I do feel like that's the one thing. When I was thinking up the sets, I was kind of thinking about what skills I would have picked the first time when I was originally played this game.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I just realized that a lot of these are way different. I'm picking a lot of different skills than I would back in the day.
I agree.
Now that I understand actually how they work and how they it feels to play with certain skills at certain levels.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's definitely going to be interesting. So so stay tuned for that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's going to be and this is the first time. I mean, we tried the Elatrion just in the Akajiva just for the hell of it, but have not beaten that fuckers yet.
Yeah. So all the big boys are the last 3 big boys. There's Safi, Elatrion, and Fatalis, right? Those are the last 3.
And then I got to get my master rank up too.
Yeah, that's right.
I got Furious and then Ruiner.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I also need to be grinding some gold Rathians too, so I'm sorry for that.
Definitely. I've gotten better at it, I think.
At least I'll have your help, because fuck the Rathian. But anyway,
But anyway, as I was going to say, so like I think I mentioned that the other day because I started up Rise and I was like, why does everything feel so fast? Oh my god, everything's so fast.
Oh yeah, because it's like it runs just super smooth.
Yeah,
too, on the PS4.
But yeah, like it was one of those when like Rise came out, I started playing Rise and I was like, man, fuck World. This shit's the fucking boss, bro. This shit is good. Should be hitting different. And then like
They do be hitting different.
And then you were saying you're like, I think we're gonna go back and play a little bit of World, and I was like, fuck that shit. And then fucking I went back and started playing like a couple games. I'm like, man, this shit is fun. Forgot how fun this shit is, man. This shit is good.
It is kind of refreshing in a way. Like even like and playing like shield weapons, for example, like playing hammer and longsword and dual blades and stuff. Like I've been trying to play lance recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's another one I really want to get good at. And is lance. And
I can always give these little tips.
It's like I would appreciate it. But it's like a whole different game. And it was just really crazy after.
It is cool.
1,000 hours into both games.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a whole new experience.
Yeah.
So
that is, and that's also kind of got me feeling like picking up a new weapon in World too, just to like, almost like you were saying, like making it a whole new game again. Which again, I think that wholeheartedly, like in the whole aspect of Monster Hunter, I think that's why it has lasted so long, is because the game feels so different depending on what weapon you're using.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's really cool. It can give people completely different experiences depending on what weapon they're using.
Oh yeah, and Rise definitely changes it up a lot.
Yeah.
And I would say Rise is definitely. I would say Rise is even like a completely different type of game. Like Rise is like it's a boss fight rush game.
Yeah.
Like compared to World is like more of like an actual like there's a lot of preparation and like if you don't prep well you'll get fucked pretty hard. And you'll I guess we're abandoning the quest. I guess guess what? I guess we don't have anyone healing my
yeah.
I guess I gotta go on a 2-hour expedition now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, depending on where you're at, obviously, but
I would definitely say like
Rise is an arcade game.
Yeah.
Right? Which I love it. Don't get me wrong, and I love it, especially even a series has been going on like as long as you said like Monster Hunter. I think it's really good for them to change it up like.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Every once in a while. Like I could see like if they do like a World like go like kind of Final Fantasy even like they do a World 2 and then a Rise 2 and then they have like the Monster Hunter 6.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would
see that even.
I would also definitely say that if I were to recommend a game to start people on Monster Hunter, I would say Rise. Because I feel like Rise is so much easier to get into, and then once they feel comfortable with Rise, you'd be like, hey, now you should play World. You know what I mean? Because like once you understand the aspects of how Monster Hunter works,
yeah,
I feel like it's a lot. I think Rise does a better job of introducing people into the game than World does.
I also think Rise is compared to the older games too. Rise brings back a lot of older kind of aspects from 4 Ultimate or Generations.
Right.
Like for the Switch skills, for example, those are an evolution of hunting styles from GE.
Yeah.
You know, basically it's all the same moves. So like, even if you like really get into if you really get into it, it even benefits you going back even further too.
100%.
Which I really plan on doing. I think my next one's gonna be I'm gonna get 3U.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be my next one I want to try next.
For sure.
But because it's such like a blend of like the Monster Hunter World and then the Generations Ultimate and earlier.
Yeah.
I think it's a really also for that reason it's a really good place to start. And like I said, and because it's more arcadey, it is a lot more forgiving.
Yeah, I would agree.
A lot more forgiving.
I would definitely agree.
But all the aspects are still there, which is crazy.
Yeah. I would definitely say like out of the generation that we're in, I would say World is the Dark Souls of the two. Like 100%. I would definitely say that.
I hate it though because it's so fucking basic.
It does, but like
comparing it like it's a hard game where you fight giant monsters, but it's really it's no other really way to compare it than and have everybody understand.
And that's why I said it. It's like everyone understands that.
It's just like God damn it. Fucking Dark Souls, dude. Why do you gotta be such a fucking cultural phenomenon?
Dude, literally, right?
But what else about when you were talking about longsword, you said you tried it in World?
I've used it a little bit, yeah, I've dabbled. I've dabbled a little bit. I'd like to do more with it.
That's
which...
gonna be my one. I'm gonna try to solo Sophie with is the Golrathian longsword.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's why I need it, and that set too.
Oh yeah, her set's really
the
good.
Fucking max poison bonus with that. Woo!
Yeah. That just means buy Kushalas.
So I guess then I mentioned it. So what do you think about the switch skills in Rise?
So
how do you like it compared to the clutch?
So
actually.
I like that. Well, if we want to talk about the Clutch Claw in general, like I think we kind of mentioned it earlier. Like a lot of the pre-Iceborne stuff, it's very unbalanced having it.
Yes.
But I think it's like very necessary for Iceborne.
Yeah.
They balanced it. They balanced Iceborne for that.
Yeah,
like kind of thing.
Like a lot of the monsters are way faster. So
yeah,
it's like even
jump around a lot more.
Just to give yourself an opening for an attack.
Yeah, the thing that I will say does bother me a little bit with the Clutch Claw is that there's some monsters that it just doesn't. It's like, hey, we gave you this thing to help you fight monsters. Oh, by the way, these monsters you can't. Doesn't like Savage Devil Joe. He's fucking enraged pretty much 90% of the fight. I mean, you're never getting a knockdown unless you do like some weird stuff to get around it.
Oh yeah, a good counter hit on a golf swing.
Yeah, or something like that. And then with the Brajangs, where if you wall bounce them into another wall, they just lean up against it and then shove their fist up your ass.
And I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it.
But then I mean, obviously we got the wire bugs now in Rise, which. That was another funny thing. So like when I went back into Rise the other day, I'd like the first like 2 fights I never used my wire bugs to like wire bug off of like a getting hit or something, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, you can do that. I was just so used to having to do that in World.
That's the thing is like going back to World, I'm like literally exact opposite. So like
yeah.
I use like all my wire bugs and my skills for everything.
Yeah.
I'm better at trying not to wire fall so much.
Yeah.
And actually try to like know when to actually roll out of the way so I don't waste them. But like I'll use them on everything, but like go back to World, only use the Clutch Claw for hammer now.
Yeah.
Like literally any other weapon I don't use the Clutch Claw.
Yeah,
unless I like need ammo for a burst or something.
Right.
I'll do it like if I'm playing longsword just to get some free ammo.
Yeah.
But otherwise I'm on the ground, old school style.
Oh yeah, 100%. But then like so now we have the switch skills, which I have pros and cons to them. Like
I wish some of them were just more unique.
Yeah.
And not just abilities that the weapon originally just had.
So yeah, with the charge blade and stuff. So with the charge blade, you can charge the axe. You can go into like super axe mode, and you could charge the sword into having an elemental sword. So you could do that all just base in World, like it just had all of them.
The
yeah,
axe, the sword, and the
shield. Yeah,
you can charge all 3 of them.
Yeah, and then in Rise, I still have to mess with a little bit more because I haven't messed with Charge Blade too much. Because I know some of them are. It's literally like you can swap those moves, so you can either have the charge on the axe or the charge on the sword, which. I do know you do have the different scrolls. You can skill swap to the different scrolls, so you could get all of them.
But it's a charge blade. Why can't I just charge the blade? Well,
it is a blade. There's a blade on the axe.
Oh my god, who cares? But
it's not a charge sword. It's a charge blade.
So what? Let me charge all the pointy bits.
No, I know.
God damn it.
But yeah, I definitely feel that they kind of broke it up to be more selective on what you're going for, which
one weapon it does kind of work and it makes it feel different, but in a good way. Where it leads them honestly more up to personal preference. Is the hammer like the hammer is broken up? Like they changed like the charge states in hammer, so it's like a permanent thing. And then there's 2 different ones, and depending on your charge state, you actually have different moves.
Which I think is really cool.
Which is cool, and it makes it play more strategic. It kind of like brings the hammer from the like I said the Unga Bunga big rock on a stick. Which it is the beginner weapon in World. It's the starter weapon.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%. If you're gonna start World, start with hammer. But it brings it into more of an intermediate tier where there's more to think about.
I agree. And then like some of the switch skills too, like kind of change. Yeah, cool. Kind of change up how the hammer works. Because I think the one that I was using a lot, where it changes the charge states, where you kind of use it as a combo system rather than filling up your whole charge bar kind of thing.
See, that's my next experiment. Is to I just made 2 loadouts because I have my hammers, my basic hammer set that I just my go-tos.
Yeah.
And same for the longsword, so I made loadouts with the opposite switch.
To try them out.
Just to try them out.
That's kind of what I usually when I try a new different weapon in Rise. That's kind of what I do. I put all the one switch skills on the one scroll, and then I put all the opposite switch skills on the other scroll just to see like what works.
See, I think they kind of got themselves into a corner now because for one, when they added the clutch claw and they gave all the mobility, and then now they're just evolved on it with the wire bugs. I think they have to add some sort of mechanic like this now in every single fucking game.
Yeah.
Because like I don't see how you would bring back like. Even if you bring back switch skills, which you can make your arguments about wire bugs or the clutch claw, but everybody loves fucking switch skills.
Oh yeah, the switch skills are dope.
Like. I love the switch skills. Like, the ones that are good, most of them are really cool and really unique and really fun.
And
there is just, like I said, a couple of weird ones.
Yeah.
And a couple of duds.
Yeah.
But I really would like to see them come back. I just don't see how you would bring them back without some sort of gadget or something other
like
mechanic.
That.
Like I said, like the clutch claw or the wire
bug. Which, if that is a thing to stay, I'm for it. I like because I think that changes the game up so much. Of this, like, I mean, if you look at World and Rise, they play very different.
Monster May Cry.
Yeah. Fucking Monster May Cry. God damn it.
I love that.
But
I don't remember where I fucking heard that, but that shit killed me.
That is pretty fucking dope.
I was like, it's so accurate though.
But yeah, like, I'm really wanting to try some more weapons and go back to World and try out some more weapons. I'd like to get better at dual blades too.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I think both of us want to try out bow.
Oh yeah, that's.
I've dabbled a little bit in it.
I've seen you in the past. It's just like, damn, it's just like it's just one of those things where it's just too much to think about right now.
Well, then I
want to gotta work my way up to it.
Right, and I think like what we were saying, it just like completely changes the game. Like it's a completely different way you play Monster Hunter with that compared to a melee weapon.
And it's like even different from the other ranged weapons, from the
light
bow
from the
guns.
bow guns.
Completely different.
I agree.
Because like for one, another reason too, not just for for content for you guys, because it'd be kind of boring. We just use the same weapon over again. But for us and for the next game too, I really just want to start branching out more from the get-go. So like 100%. I want to like try to get more of it because a lot of the mechanics have changed up until Rise. They do change a lot of the base mechanics. Like the hunting horn, for example.
Yeah, for sure.
Like and even in the ones like we just mentioned, like the charge blade and making them
into switch skills and stuff like that. Yeah.
Skills. This basic feel of the weapon's still there. The mechanic is still there. It's just it's just the way you access it is different. So I want to get more of at least a base understanding of all the weapons, so that way I can like go into the Monster Hunter 6 and just be like I can like switch it up every fucking hunt.
And you're just learning.
It's going to be the same thing where you have a base version of every weapon.
Right, yeah, and you're just kind of learning the new aspects of the weapon for that game kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is kind of the fun thing, because I know you've seen I've been going back playing the Monster Hunter Tri-Portable or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Where like, literally, because it's like the weapons are exactly the same, like, they just have less things, like, you know what I mean? But the core is still there, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
That they've kept like all these main aspects of this weapon for so long.
And I'm really excited to like actually go back and play 3 Ultimate.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to get back into older games too. It does look like a whole new world.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep doing that. I didn't even mean to fucking do that. Fuck. But speaking of older games though, I love, because obviously this is our first generation.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing this discussion video.
For sure.
But so they do bring back a lot of older monsters though in from older games. Like for example, like Gore Magala, and it was just a big fan favorite because he's the original flagship before.
Right.
But everybody fucking loves Gore Magala.
I love Gore Magala.
And I love his fight in Rise. And it seems like they've done him a lot of justice.
I feel like they gave him a lot of love.
And I feel like they would have to. And you can't bring back one without the rest of it.
Without Chaotic and Shagaru, yeah.
From like this, like I haven't played 4, but like from what I've seen, like especially Chaotic seems to have gotten the most love out of all of them. He seems like they actually gave him stuff to make him a little bit more
like
unique,
independent, yeah, unique,
I guess.
yeah, from the other two.
And all the weapons are fucking badass. And his gimmick with the affinity, disgusting.
Oh yeah, that's so fucking cool too.
But I'm kind of interested to see how it is fighting him on a 3DS in 4 Ultimate.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but I'm really excited to see also more frontier monsters. You want to talk about bringing this? Why I brought this up is bringing.
Oh yeah.
Older monsters, because one of my favorite fights, and I think yours is too, is, and we mentioned this in the Rise tier list, is Espinaz.
Oh yeah.
And Flaming Espinaz.
Oh yeah.
For one, because like I like to play aggressive. That's like my go-to. So that's why I like Wild, Hammer and Longsword and Rise so much.
Aggressive as fuck, yeah.
You can like stand there and hold your ground. Especially they gave the fucking Hammer a counter to
yeah.
fucking Rise.
They gave like everything a counter in Rise.
Just because they're like, we know that other weapons exist besides Longsword, alright? I'm sorry, everybody.
We'll give you guys counters, okay?
Sorry, everybody. Jesus fuck. Alright, but anyway, but like sometimes like monsters that charge, for example, like Diablos and Rathian, World is kind of a pain in the ass. That's why I say Diablos is way more fun with Lance.
Oh yeah.
Way more fun with Lance. But Rathian just gets kind of in a fucking loop, and she just kind of like lazily jaunts around. Whereas like Espinaz is like he'll actually just try to run your ass down.
Oh yeah.
And the Hazard version, so when you fight regular Espinaz, he has like a giveaway. So when he does his charge, he does like a little bow.
Yeah.
And then puts his horn down and charges.
Yeah.
In the Hazard version, which is like I guess would be their. It's not tempered. It's like
advanced.
Yeah, it's like
it's not advanced
like
Espinaz.
It's not like tempered or the afflicteds where they have more health or something, but it's like they change up the actual like movements, like take certain tells away.
Yeah.
So like he'll just like do an attack and then just charge out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But and I don't play Mind's Eyes. I know about the fucking Mind's Eye, right? I know you just cut through the shit, but I like my crits when I play fucking Longsword.
Oh yeah.
I like my crits and my sharpness. So like when I fight like Bastardios, for example, I hate that
fucking
fucker.
bastard.
Because I just keep bouncing off him every fucking 10 seconds, every fucking hit. But like Espinaz, like besides waking him up,
oh
like,
god,
he softens up a lot easier. That's why I said it was like he's like an armored monster I can actually deal with.
Right.
And plus, he actually fights. So when you're playing Longsword, you have attacks to actually counter it. Instead of Bastardios just rolling around and fucking doing sleeping shit. Fucking asshole.
Speaking of softening up, to take a quick detour, because that is an aspect of World we didn't talk about that isn't in Rise, is the tenderizing abilities.
The tenderizing?
The tenderizing. So, with the Clutch Claw, you can claw onto a monster and you do an attack, and then it can soften their hide so that the harder parts are more accessible for your damage. Rise doesn't have that. Yep. So that's kind of a thing that I had to get used to.
Yeah. I mean, because, like, it doesn't really matter as much. It doesn't, like, really matter as much unless you're, like, trying to, like, break, like, specific stuff off. Because you can still tenderize while you're on the ground, because you still get scar tissue. You just can't, like, obviously grab onto them.
In Rise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's when you break the parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because the tenderizing is different.
It goes away after a while.
Yeah, and because you get like, more damage to that part or something like that, I think, with the tenderizing.
I think it's a fun...
I think it's a cool aspect of World, though.
I think it's a cool little thing. I think it's... Now that we've been playing in co-op, too, recently, I think it's a fun strategic thing. Like, say, for example, like we were doing our one fight that I won't mention. You have to watch the video, sorry. You were doing the hammer, I was doing longsword, and you were like, okay, let's switch. You didn't let me give you. You went and did the tenderize, and then you switched back. You went back to the head, and then I was doing more damage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On the part, like that's how you also get slinger ammo too for the wall bangs is
right.
Doing the tenderize.
The tenderizing, well, yeah.
So like, I think it like works. I think it just like works. It just like I said, I just wish that the game was more balanced towards it. It's like, especially if you're gonna just add it right at the beginning for people to just buy the whole package.
Yeah.
Like, you need to rebalance the whole game because the base game's not balanced for Clutch Claw. That's the only thing I'd say.
Yeah, I would agree.
But in the end game, and it's not even like once you get to a certain point, it's like not even like super necessary. You know,
Yeah,
in
no,
a
it's
world
not necessary.
Where like Rise, there's a lot of times where it's like you need to wire fall out of the way, or you need to use a wire bug, which I like.
Yeah.
I like it because
Yeah.
a lot of, let's say, like Sonic the Hedgehog probably fucking love Rise because of all the fucking rings these monsters be shooting out everywhere. Every monster has fucking ring.
They
attacks.
do like their ring attacks and their fucking.
And their half arcs and
Yeah.
their T's and their V's.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jumping over stuff in
Yeah.
fucking Rise.
I would agree.
Well, I would like to see them I would like to see some the Switch Girls come back. One thing I will like to say is I would like to see come back is underwater combat.
Oh, here we go.
If we're gonna take a detour real quick and talk about our aspirations for Monster Hunter 6. I think underwater combat should come back. Because for one,
agree.
it's going to have to be on the PS5 and the next gen consoles at this point.
So PS4s don't explode.
Yeah, it's going to have to be on the.
Well, I mean, shit. By the time it comes out, PS4 is going to be gone and forgotten anyway. PS6 is probably going to be on its way coming out.
Probably, but the technology is way better now, so it's
Yeah.
not going to be nearly as clunky. They're going to add all the new stuff to it, and I just feel like just because of that, it's just going to be a way better experience, way more engaging experience.
So, like, I would almost say, like...
And I think it would make some monsters that start with, name certain monsters that start with a J and like to live in mud and do absolutely fucking nothing besides get their ass beat. I think it might, I think it might make them more interesting.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree. Fighting a Jerry Totus underwater would be quite interesting.
Cause like I mentioned this in the fucking thing about Jerry in our Rise tier list, is he's literally just a mud skipper.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like dude, it's like fighting a fish, but you're literally fighting a fish on land. Like,
Yeah.
it's like literally the Magikarp of fucking monsters.
That's a good correlation. I like that.
Because you made the Pokemon reference
Yeah.
the other day, I think.
Yeah, that is a good way to describe it. He is kind of like the Magikarp.
And I know Plesioth was another infamous monster.
Yeah.
I just want to say back. I want him back just so I can say I fought a Plesioth.
Yeah, for sure. Same.
But
which I think he's in third portable. I think.
Ew. Maybe I don't
remember.
But
yeah,
underwater combat.
Underwater combat
Because
would be good.
also, dude, they gotta bring back Lagiacrus too. They tried 3 fucking times to bring him back, dude.
Dude.
They gotta bring him back. Him and Gammoth are the only flagships that haven't appeared in the 5th gen.
Really?
Yeah. Even I didn't know this until recently. Fucking Seregios is a fucking flagship.
Yeah, you're telling me that.
He said, so, and I guess so. If I'm correct, so in Gormagala is the flagship of 4. So it's the flagship in Japan. When it came to the West, it was 4 Ultimates, and Seregios was the flagship of that.
What the fuck?
But you would never know that because Gormagala he's such like an integral part of the plot of that game.
Yeah.
Like
that is
never
weird.
Fucking know.
That's fucking hilarious.
But
speaking of Seregios, that I think we were kind of mentioned that the whole like more fantastical stuff. It was nice to see more different flying wyverns in Rise.
Yes.
Than just wraths.
Yes.
Because no offense, I dig the wraths. They're dragons. I like them.
Let's just get it out right now. So like, let's just get it right now. Fuck Rathian and Rathlos again in fucking World. Like this stuff's so good. Like I'm getting like used to fighting. Like I wouldn't say like better at the fight. You just get used to it.
Yeah.
Especially with Rathalos and fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, I will say like if you compare Wrath to like World compared to Rise, he does not stay in the air that long in Rise.
Yeah, which I like.
And you have a lot more things to deal with him.
Yeah, you can go to him, where it's
Yeah.
like, dude, it's like you literally, if you're fighting a Rathalos, you literally need flash pods, otherwise he's like, or unless you're using hammer, you're not hitting that fucker. You're not hitting that bitch out of there. But like Gold Rathian, I'd say in Rise is like definitely the most fun I've had fighting a Rathian.
Yeah.
I would say definitely still. I hate that fucking Gold Rathian. I'm so glad you're gonna help me grind it because I was gonna kill myself if I fucking had to do all that shit myself.
Oh yeah.
I know I don't care about the extra health or whatever, but it's just gonna be having like an extra 2 extra targets in the arena besides
Right.
me
Exactly.
to help alleviate the fucking the flipping around.
The flippy dips.
Fucking flips. I still gotta do silver too in World. in World, unfortunately. But I would say yeah, and I'm sorry. Like And then, like, I don't hate them, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, they should make a game without fucking Rathian.
Because it's just not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
That's like, again, making a fucking Pokemon reference. That's like making a Pokemon game without Pikachu.
Yeah, literally.
It's never gonna fucking happen.
Right.
It's like, just don't fight him then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally gonna be Capcom's reaction.
Yeah, just don't fight him then.
But
I will say I do, and I have to play more of them to see, but there is a very great difference in how they. How do you want to say it? They act better in Rise, like they or not better, but they act different.
Yeah,
like there's a little bit differences. Like they're still the same monster. They do like similar attacks and stuff like that, but they're a little bit different.
Like Rathian gets a little bit more of a speed boost, so it kind of helps with because, like I said, she kind of just jaunts around in fucking world.
Yeah.
And then Rise, you mentioned he spends time on the ground too. So.
Yeah. He has a lot more different fire attacks as well in Rise and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I like Silver Rathlos in Rise. I
still
gotta fucking beat him in a world. I have not. I tried it once and it was just like nope. Couldn't even get near the fucker, and he just kept Godzilla nuking me the whole time.
Speaking of things that we like fighting in Rise compared to in World, and I'm surprised this hasn't come up yet. Fuck Rajang.
Oh my god.
Just fuck Rajang, bro.
I mean, we kind of mentioned with the Clutch Claw. Yeah.
Like,
dude, I agree. Fuck Rajang.
Bros, that thing is disgusting in World. Like, I can fight a regular Rajang now. Like,
you're having some issues, bro, with that Tempered Furious.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, I was fighting this Tempered Furious yesterday, and bro was just not fucking having it, dude.
Dude.
Absolutely not having it. It was fucking disgusting.
Dude, the fucking Rajang in World is like Brian when they found that bag of meth and the fucking is like, there is some awesome stuff in this arena.
Literally, bro.
Just fucking cracked out of his fucking mind.
Absolutely cracked.
I do think like, yeah, because like for me, I haven't got the Furious yet, like I mentioned, but the regular one, that was an ad like literally like. Shadows of Mordor, like literally was my nemesis.
Yeah, literally was
my nemesis. Like I literally never had that much of a personal vendetta before with a boss.
Oh,
and you're talking to somebody like for like Bloodborne. I got to the final boss in Bloodborne, and I quit the game for 2 years. I quit the game for 2 years. Fuck Yerman the last time. I was like, damn, I should have just had him kill me.
Why did I do this? This game could be over already.
Why could I have this game marked off the list? Fuck!
Oh, man.
But when I finally beat him, it's so fucking good. In Rise...
I mean, same feeling. I mean, like, when I was there when you beat Rajang, like, that was a fucking night, bro.
I was like, woo! I never shouted like that. I'm glad I beat him up here instead of at my house, because it was like 2 in the morning. I got my ass chewed out.
Yeah, literally.
I got my ass chewed out. But,
man.
I would say in Rise, though... Because he's in the game in World though, he is post game, so he's like post mastering. So
yeah,
it's like he's supposed to be hard as fuck.
Like super end game, yeah.
So I'll get you on that one, but in World, in Rise, he put him in the game from the start, and I think he's kind of a pushover up until mastering.
I would agree, yeah.
I think they kind of toned him down too much. I think a lot of the things they took. I wish they would have found more of a balance. If they're gonna make tone down certain mechanics, things from World, I just think that they toned down too much.
Yeah, I would agree. Because I'm not gonna lie, when we first started playing Rise,
we blasted through that.
Well, I remember the first time I remembered seeing a Rajang in Rise, and I was like, oh no, oh no, not already. Already we have fought a Rajang.
And I fought like one Rajang still in Royal. I've fought like 12 Rajangs in Rise.
Yeah,
for example.
He's kind of
of all varieties.
Yeah, like I actually enjoy fighting him in Rise. I think he's a fun fight in Rise. In World, it's just a hassle.
His mastering version, his advanced and hazard versions are the best.
I would agree.
I would say 100%.
I would agree.
And again, his armor and weapons look badass.
Always.
I love that fucking dual blades.
Well, yeah, dude, the big old horn fists. I love them.
But in World, he's an absolute menace. I'm not looking forward to fighting that Furious Rajang. That's gonna be interesting.
I mean, to be fair, that's just a regular one, not a super tempered one.
That's true, and I'll have your help.
Yeah.
I'll have your help. So it'll be decent. What else do we want to fucking talk about? I feel like there was something else ahead. to mention. Oh, what other monsters do you think would you want to see return? I know. Okay.
Oh,
I know.
see
I'm
return?
sorry. I'm sorry. I know what I was gonna say.
Well, I'll think about that while you're gone.
So, going back to what you were saying about the flying wyverns, like Sergios.
Oh yeah.
That's what else I was gonna mention. So like, I would say, Tiger-X. I love Tiger-X in the world, and I like Brute Tiger-X. I like more the way he looks, and not so much the fight. I think the fight is interesting. I think it's very creative.
It's very different compared to fighting a regular Tiger-X.
Yeah, it's creative. Yeah. If you're gonna give a Tiger-X projectiles, that's like really the only way I can kind of see it.
100%. Other than his rock kick,
which is fucking annoying in world. But,
actually, sorry to side tangent your tangent. Fuck projectiles in world. Those motherfuckers hit you from goddamn across the goddamn map.
Oh, they're like pre-launch. They're like post. They're like a pre. Like,
fucking ICBMs going at you, bro.
Or they're like pre first patch Elden Ring golems.
Yeah, literally.
Like just cross the fucking map. Just arrow comes out of the bow at a 90 degrees
dude,
and hits you
literally.
With fucking Lindell.
Fucking, I can't tell you how many times I've been trying to run away from a monster and he hits me like over a hill with a fucking projectile. And I'm like, ha!
Or you just get a Rajang laser up your ass.
Oh my god, the map. Dude, that fucking. I don't even want to talk about that yesterday. But anyway, yeah. Sorry. Continue.
I'm sorry to make you think about that. So I like Brute Tiger-X. Like I said, I like the way he looks, and his armor is fucking really fucking good. So unfortunate for me, I'm gonna have to grind that shit.
Yeah, they get easier. Don't worry.
Yeah. Again, he's in the game from the start, unlike in World. So in World, he's mastering. He's an Iceborne edit, so he's mastering only. In World, he's in the game from the start. So like, if you want to think about it, so you file 1, 2, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 different, it's like 7 versions of Tiger-X, because you also got Hazard, Advanced, and Afflicted Tiger-X.
Yeah.
So like, I love Tiger-X, and I know he's like a fan favorite. I think he can take a break for the next game. Yeah,
I kind of feel that.
I think he could take a break for the next game.
I wouldn't be upset not seeing him in the next game.
Like, if they're gonna bring back Flying Wyverns, I would say you can bring back Barioth.
Yeah, Barioth's always dope.
Get Nargacugan later.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same with
Nargacugan's like a 7 out of 10 for me. It's like sometimes like I said in the video, I think it's like his fight ranges from crap to good for me. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, it's either annoying as fuck, or it's like,
or I just beat the ever living piss out of him.
Yeah, or it just goes super fuck, or it's just like a dance.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah.
But if they want to bring him back, sure. But I was saying bring back Barioth, and then I want to see Seregios get some more love.
Yeah,
too.
I'd love to see like some Seregios variants.
Yeah, and bring back Espinass too.
Yeah, I would definitely
and
want to see.
And more fucking frontier monsters.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, bring back Nibblesnarf.
Nibblesnarf.
Bring back Nibblesnarf.
Fucking Nibblesnarf. Would you want to see them do more siege encounters? What do you think of like the Zora Magdaros? I guess we're not really talking about the bosses.
Well, we'll get into that in a second, real quick. So let's go first. Let's go to what you were saying before. Monsters you'd like to see in the next game. So speaking purely on the ones that I've fought in World and Rise. I want to see Dodogama again. I want to see Dodogama.
I need to do like a Pokemon regional variant.
Dude, yeah, literally. But I would love to see him. I'm always excited for like the Fang Wyverns that they put in. So like that'll be cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
I'd be curious to see if they put a new Fang Wyvern in or something like that. Kind of feel the same way.
Zinogre.
Yeah, besides Zinogre. But yeah, with Zinogre and even kind of with Anjanath, I almost feel like I don't want to see them in the next game.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that they brought Anjanath back.
Yeah.
But I want to see them to do like different ones.
Something different, yeah.
Even if they do like a different dinosaur theme like one.
So number one that I probably want to see in the new one, in 6, Deviljho. I want to see Deviljho. I miss him.
I think it might be time to bring Deviljho
I miss him.
back.
I miss him so much not having him in Rise.
I understand why they gave him a break.
Yeah.
But I think it's time to bring Deviljho back.
Yeah, I would love to see him again. Because again, I know he's always a fan favorite. I would love to see
legendary.
that.
Literally,
Yeah.
I knew about Deviljho was one of the first monsters I actually knew about
Before you even
when
started playing fucking game.
Yeah, like one of the first monsters I actually knew about.
100%. 100%.
Of all the shit, just like the amount of infamy he's built up.
Oh yeah.
Well deserved.
I would definitely say Deviljho would probably be my number one pick from World to bring back. What about from Rise? What would I like to see again, even though it was just the game before it?
I would say Goss.
Oh yeah, that's
Goss.
right, Goss
Harak, bro.
Yes.
They gotta bring back one of the new monsters. And you know what? I wouldn't even be fine if they brought back like Somnican, like the new Somnican.
A lot of the Leviathan ones I think are pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh,
Crab.
but Somnican's the only new one though. The rest of them are all returning. Crabs. Oh, dude. I'm gonna have to show you. Did you ever watch that evolution of Daimyo Hermitar video?
No, but I did see the clip one you were talking about with the Glavnus skull one.
That's the Shogun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
rusted Shogun or whatever. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to send you that clip of the Daimyo one because Daimyo actually has some pretty interesting variants.
For sure.
That I think has a lot of potential. So I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I would like to. Well, not even like specifically him or Rachni, but like any other like non-reptilian wyverns, I think would be really cool.
Oh, 100%. And there's other spider monsters. I just can't think of the fucking name of them.
Yeah.
But I agree. 100%.
I know there are a couple, but like something like that. I really liked that aspect.
Especially if they bring back underwater combat.
Right, exactly.
Oh my god.
Because there's that one like angler one too, isn't there?
Oh yeah, the Gerbil.
Yeah.
From 3.
So definitely would like to see more of that. Honestly, as a lower tier monster, I'd like to see Pterodon again.
Pterodon.
Yeah, I really like him.
Like I said, a lot of the monsters in Rise are a lot more fantastical, but across the board, I would say even monsters that are just kind of like boring tutorial monsters. Mm-hmm. All the monsters got personality, though.
Oh, 100%.
Whether you actually hate fighting them or not, like you can applaud the design across the board.
Exactly.
It's not lazy. I mean, there is a couple of just element swaps, but you can understand. It's like in Mortal Kombat, where it's like they just say like
with all the ninjas.
It's just a color change.
Yeah.
It's literally the same sprite.
Right. Yep.
So it's like I understand. Like again, I think that's just a product of being such a long-running franchise. But they got like better at stuff, and like
I agree.
With chaotic and stuff, trying to make them more than just a color swap. Like Almond Joy.
Oh, the Magmadon?
Magnum Dong and Almond Joy. Almondron and Magma Almondron. Okay?
Yeah.
So I should say the real names.
Yeah, I guess so.
But they do, like, at first I was like, he had like a bad Levisiot taste in my mouth when I first fought him.
The more I fight him, though, I'm like, okay, you actually do like a lot of different things.
Yeah, he does do some stuff to further deviate. And he doesn't really rely so much on the setting, whereas Levisiot kind of benefits because that's part of the whole fight is going to the area where he does his Free Willy thing forever, and I'm like, Dad, let me fight him!
That's why you just fight him in the Guiding Lands and then he doesn't do that.
Anyway, you got anything else? Is there anyone else you want to see come back?
I don't think I get anything on top of my head. Because I guess that's a good lead-in to talk about Elder Dragons or bosses.
Hey, I was gonna say, I gotta mention other ones. I want to bring back too.
Oh yeah, what you got?
For one, I want to see Glavenus come back.
Oh yeah, that would be good to see Glavenus.
But I want them to do kind of what they do in Nargacuga, where like Nargacuga has basically kind of become like he's gotten more of the. There used to be a variant called Green Nargacuga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he's portable. But
he is, yeah.
So you'll actually get to you can confirm this eventually down the road, but supposedly over the games, Nargacuga's become more like a green Nargacuga. He's kind of like absorbed like a lot of his moves.
Okay.
Over the years, so like because I think Acidic Glavenus is one of the most fun monsters in.
He is actually
in world.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think he's one of the most fun fights in the whole game. So if they bring back Glavenus, I want to see them because Acidic's kind of like, because of his psychology, he's kind of stuck in the Rotten Vale in world.
Yeah.
So like I don't see him specifically coming back, but if they bring back Glavenus, I would love to see him get some of Acidic's moves.
More of a sword fighter.
Yeah, more of a sword fighting, because that's what I expected. Like what I got from Acidic Glav is what I expected
from Glavenus, yeah.
The first time I fought him.
I agree.
Even though I love his color in fucking World. He
Oh,
looks
yeah.
so fucking good. I like his color, his shininess looks better than Brachydios.
Oh, I would agree. Yeah.
That's the one that I think
Iridescence.
his shininess. What other ones do I want to see?
Oh, I got one that I want to see. Paulumu.
Oh my god.
I want my little derpy boy back.
Another Palmulu. That would be kind of neat if something came back somehow.
That would be cool.
Oh fuck! I'm trying to think of some other ones before we get into Elder Dragons.
I'm trying
I want to see Garen Golem too.
Oh yeah, Garen Golem or any other like simian wyverns would be nice.
If they do like a, yeah, let's say they do like a regional variant of Garen Golem, because like, you know, he's kind of like, again, he's kind of locked where he's at, but I could see them, but he's like basically a form of he's like a forest spirit.
Yeah.
Like some native mythology.
So that easily could be translated into different regions.
And you can do that across the board, and you can make him more unique based on like the new environment season and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
You can do a new jungle area or something. And I just think like he just could use some more variation up in his fight. I say out of all the monsters, I'd say Garen Golem probably could use the most variation.
Get the biggest upgrade.
And I want to see more vampire monsters too. Vampire themed monsters.
Dude, fucking.
That would be sick.
Speaking of Elder Dragons.
Oh, I guess that's a good.
Good old boy Malzeno here.
Malzeno.
I would love to see Malzeno in another game.
Malzeno. I'm excited. I still haven't. I got the mission.
Oh, Primordial.
I still haven't fought Primordial. That's gonna be my big enders. So like, I'm really trying to wrap up some crafting stuff, and I want to get my practicing get good with some weapons. Like I didn't even mention it. Gunlance.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Gunlance, real quick. To go on a tangent. There's a tangent within a tangent. Gunlance is fucking sick in Rise.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking sick. The wire bug skills are fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah.
I'm really having fun with that, which was not the case so much in fucking World. Big win.
Oh yeah.
I just wish it's so dependent on skills to make it good. It's so dependent on fucking skills.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of freedom. Other than that, I fucking love it. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Malzeno?
Malzeno, that's right. Yeah, so I'm trying to get to a spot where I'm like comfortable grinding out all my shit. That's right. And
yeah.
Like I want to do all that stuff first, and then and I still even I just beat Risen Kushala. I have all.
We're both like literally right at the same part. I think.
Yeah. So I want to beat all the Risens first and get all that. So I got a while to go. Like,
yeah.
I just hit Master at 130, so I got 10 ranks till Teostra, and then after that it's 40 ranks until.
That's 180 for him. Yeah.
Risen Shag.
And then we still have Risen Valstrax too, right?
Risen Valstrax is 160.
Right. Yeah.
So, but we got a while to go. So, but I want that to be the finale. I want wrap up the nice little bow and put the lid on the package and leave it under the Christmas tree. If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. That's probably a good another 600 hours down the road though, probably.
Oh, probably.
knowing Monster
anomaly grindings.
Oh man, yeah. Oh.
I do want them to bring it back. I do like. So, what do you think about the anomalies?
I like it. I think
quick.
I think it's a nice change to the tempered monsters and also just like investigations in general. Because like I kind of liked the investigation thing in World, but it did get kind of tedious sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're trying to grind monster parts and you're like, oh cool, I don't have any investigations for this monster. Let me go on a 30-minute expedition to get some.
Just have crap rewards because I have five faints or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that they added similar stuff to that to Rise and the anomaly stuff. But it's not like required.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like a whole separate thing. Too.
It is.
So
yeah.
It's like you're always like getting something out of it, I guess. Too.
Yeah.
And it's like. And other than just making the monster harder, it adds like the Curio burst thing.
Yep.
Like
having to hit the specific parts and stuff like that.
So it adds like which is like you could just on the bunga just beat the shit out of a monster. But if you want to like go for the maximum efficiency. You want to hit those red spots.
Right. Yeah.
And it'll do you a favor. But like I like that element. So if they do I mean, I'm assuming they will, but if they do bring back an altered state, I do want them to do something more in lines with the Kiryu, where it adds like a gameplay element other than just
making it harder.
And
I would agree.
Making them shiny.
Yeah.
But and Malzeno, like I said, I don't know how they would bring him back. I don't know
either. I just like to see something, even if it's not him, something to that caliber.
And here's the thing, I love fighting him with the fucking longsword.
Oh, yeah.
I realize he doesn't really do a whole lot of unique things, like other than just, like, the vampire stuff. Like, other than that, his, like, attacks are pretty... And the stuff he does with his tail. Other than that, his attacks are pretty basic. But he's so much fun, like, because, like, I feel like when he's just so stop and go...
Yeah, like the teleporting and shit. And
it just makes it more fun when you're just countering everything.
Oh, yeah, it makes it just like you're dancing with him.
Pretty much,
Hitting that masquerade with him.
So, like, I understand where people have kind of a problem with Malzeno, but here's the thing, I've heard the people that have had problems with Malzeno absolutely love Primordial.
Oh, yeah.
So, either way, Primordial I'm excited for.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think we kind of mentioned it before, too, like Namiel. Especially if they do the underwater. Yeah.
Underwater
Namiel.
A Namiel and a Legaia
Dude,
turf war.
Let's do it. Like, that would be fucking amazing.
That would be legit,
yeah.
Bro. Or I was, like, talking, like, what if they bring back, they have underwater combat, and they brought back Seregios, and he, like an osprey getting us fucking fishing for a second.
Yeah, it just grabs the Giratodus out of the fucking water.
Or just grabs or like instead of a Valstrax ambush, you're about to get
the Seregios ambush?
You're about to get ambushed by a Seregio, and it just talons first like you're a fucking fish.
Dude, that'd be terrifying.
Like an osprey. I love it. I really want to do it.
That would be cool.
I think that's going to be, once I finish my Azeroth one, I think that might be my next project.
That would be awesome.
I found this picture of like an osprey like paused in mid-flight, just like a fucking missile with its
fucking claws out.
The fucking claws out. I'm going to do that, but replace it with a
Seregios and have it like a Giratodus just in the water.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think that far. But I think that would be sick as fuck.
That would be really cool. Oh man. What else? I mean, I would love to see Nergigante again. To be honest, like, yeah, but the thing would be hard with
Elder
it.
Dragon, or at least another Elder Dragon that boxes.
Yeah, because like,
even if it's not Nergigante,
I do put him and Marshmallow in like the same.
Magnamalo. Oh, I haven't even not mentioned Magnamalo.
Yeah, yet. You know the actual flagship of Rise.
Yeah,
not Gormagala.
Not Gormagala. I love Magnamalo.
Magnamalo
is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Literally like that's how I usually describe it. It's like if people know Nergigante, it's like Nergigante, but he's on fire. Like it's
yeah, and he has so many fucking attacks, dude.
Yeah,
it's so fucking hard to like.
Especially like with Scorn and stuff like that.
Oh, Scorn just fucking just beyond the zoomies, bro.
Dude, yeah.
It hits like a fucking truck, man.
But yeah, he's really cool. I like Magnamalo. Even that, like I was gonna say before, with having
it's just fun to fight in general.
With having Nergigante in another game, it's hard to have him like with the whole Gormagala thing. It's hard to have him in a game and have him not be the flagship. You know what I mean?
See, like with Gore being, that's interesting to say because like Gore has such a fucking presence.
Yeah.
Like just by himself. Like even if he wasn't such an integral part of the story for Gore, I can see why he's such a fan favorite because he has such a presence when you're fighting Gore. Like Shagger was an Elder Dragon, Cali Gormagala's having some issues, so you can understand why they hit super hard.
Yeah.
But Gormagala in Rise, at least in Rise, he feels he's got flagship vibes, but fucking little dick energy in comparison.
Yeah, I did.
In comparison, like he does feel toned down, and I feel like that might be on purpose to kind of like so you don't take away too much of the thunder from fucking Magnamalo.
You mean too much of the Hellfire?
The Hellfire, fuck you. But because Magnamalo does hit like a fucking truck, especially in Mastering and Score Magnamalo.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree.
And I love everything about that fight. I love everything.
Elder Dragons, I'd like to have them take a break on. Is Kushala and Teostra.
That's not gonna happen.
I know it's not, but I would not mind not seeing them in another game.
Kushala, at least Kushala, Here's the thing: if you bring back Kushala, Teostra, you gotta bring back Chameleos again.
Yeah.
You gotta bring back Chameleos again. You gotta keep the trifecta going.
That was a nice trifecta. I agree.
I do like Kush like a lot better in fucking Rise because his wind, the wind is not nearly as bad. Like you mentioned earlier about the wind in fucking World. Because in World, his aura is constant in fucking, so you just get knocked out.
You have to use the fucking Elder Seal and shit.
And you have to get like flinch free, wind resistance, and all that shit. In Rise, it just kind of like pops every once in a while, so it doesn't really affect you too much. And I actually like the Riz in Kushala.
I like Risen more than base Kushala in Rise, 100%.
Teostra, they did improve a lot. I like the Teostra Rise a lot better than in World.
I agree.
I want to see my girl back.
If they that would be my
I want to see my girl.
My
Lunastra
comparable.
back.
If they did put Teostra in the next one, I want Lunastra to be with him.
So yeah, so that's it then. So if they bring back Kushala and Teostra, they have to bring back Chameleos and Lunastra.
That's fine.
That's how it is.
That's fine.
How it has to be. I'm fine with more Ice Elder Dragons. Maybe not necessarily Velkhana.
Not necessarily Velkhana. Yeah.
I don't really like her fight in Rise.
From what I saw, it just seems like a great value version of her World fight.
Yeah, like it's fine and it's cool. It's cool to see her again this time.
Yeah.
But like in World, once you get the fight down, she's way more energetic and way more, actually attacks.
It seems like it's much more of a dance being she like puts the ice down. She like has little things you can jump off
and
of.
It can
and
get
like
crazy. In World. And I understand putting it on the Switch and stuff. You can't have the whole fucking arena just being encased in these destructible objects.
Yeah.
The fucking thing will explode in your hand. But I don't know. It's just missing something for me on Rise. I like the concept of the Frostcraft though that they added to her stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. If they bring back another Ice Elder Dragon, I think they should bring that back.
Yeah.
For the armor.
That would be cool. That'd be dope.
I think that would be very, very interesting.
I concur. I guess we didn't really talk about the actual bosses between the games. So in Rise it was. What were the actual, like, it was...
Magnamalo,
then Ibushi.
And then Ibushi.
Then Narwa, and then Allmother, right?
Allmother.
And then we went into Geismagorm.
No, it was Malzeno.
Oh, that's right, then Malzeno.
Then
Geismagorm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because you don't unlock they're not technically bosses, but you don't unlock Scorn until...
Right, until 100, yeah.
And you unlock and then the Master Rank Ibushi and Allmothers are Master Eggs. I guess you could put Ibushi in there because in high rank you just fight him in a rampage. You don't actually fight him.
Right.
Yeah. So you actually don't even fight him as a boss until I would say you could put Ibushi on for some break bosses.
Yeah.
Since you don't get to fight him in the base.
And then World. So like World's bosses seem like much more of a actual event than anything. They're not just like, hey, this is another dragon you have to go fight, go kill it. So like the first one to get out of low rank was Zora Magdaros, right? Because that's like the whole thing going up to the whole beginning of the game is Zora Magdaros, where it's like siege style basically, where you're just repelling, you're not really fighting a monster 1v1.
I love the concept of siege fights, and I've known they've done better in the past, like with some other ones, and like the one speaking of Frontiers, the La Viente is a big fucking like Jormungandr sized serpent.
Oh, okay.
And some other ones, and there's one where you fight like in the sand, and it's like Dune style, and you're fighting on like a fucking airship or something.
For sure.
I can't remember the fucking name of it, but people who have played the games probably can guess what I'm talking about.
Hey, leave a comment and tell us what we're wrong on.
I'm sure they will anyway. They don't just tell them that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
just
be respectful. That's all we ask. Just be gentle.
This is the internet. No one's ever respectful.
Shit, you're right.
Anyways, so like with Zora Magdaros, like like you were saying, I really like the concept of it, but when you're trying to grind for the pieces for his armor, it's just tedious. Like it just takes so long to do the mission.
Yeah.
That's like my only downside with it is you can't just, even if you're at like a super like high level or whatever, if you're going back to do it, you're still doing the same amount of damage with the cannons.
I do have hopes though, because like I was just thinking about it in my head, and I was like, so here's my process that I was just going through. So I was just thinking that like I was at first, because I mentioned Frontier, the MMO.
Yeah.
I was like, I think siege event, like big monsters like that, are really only really good for multiplayer.
Yeah.
But then I realized you can bring AI followers now in Rise.
That is true.
So if they just make a little bit of an advancement on the AI, because some of the stuff the AI does is pretty good. It is questionable when they get the ride and just ride right into the fucking trap they just lined down.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like there's moments like that, but there's a lot of moments where you're going like, oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Hey,
like,
thanks for doing that. That helped me.
Yeah, thanks for actually helping me.
Yeah.
So like if they like update the AI, so like if you have more of a siege fight like Zor Magdaros,
you can actually do an offline siege fight.
They can actually go out and do other stuff during the siege fight while you're there, you know.
Or you could like give them different like play styles where you could say like be more defensive or be more offensive or something like that.
I don't think you can change that.
No, but I'm saying if they did,
yeah,
like
if
you're doing like a siege thing, you could tell them be like, hey, either go do this or come fight with me or kind of thing.
Yeah, because like in Rise, when you have their followers, they do have like their stats and like their combat, how often they heal or stuff like that. But it's you can't customize it. It's all based on how they are in the game.
Which I will say I think that's a good aspect that they did nail really good in Rise, is the offline single player experience is a lot better.
Oh yeah, it's super fun just bringing AI followers.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing I want them to do, because like there's no like really named characters in World. They're all like this, like the captain or this
or the handler,
this crackhead fiver or something.
Yeah. Or
the sex worker or something. I'm just kidding.
That's all the people in the Gathering Hub.
No, I'm just kidding. But like Fearing and Lunchbox and, Admiral Chadmiral and like actual and they're actually like giving them personalities. I want to see more.
I want to see more of that. Yeah, I agree.
want to see more of that. So it's cool that you can bring them on and stuff, but I think just overall the Zor Magdaros I think it's just presented poorly. Like it's cool in the story, like
I agree.
In the story, like if I was watching it in a movie, I'd be like, whoa. But
yeah, exactly.
But like I didn't know you can even go back to Zor Magdaros after the cannons. Like
didn't know that
shit like that. Like I wish there was more indicators for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, fighting Nergiganti on top of a fucking Godzilla,
it's fucking badass, bro.
That shit's cool.
That was badass. Yeah.
I mean,
because then after that it goes. I think it just goes straight to Xeno, doesn't it?
Xeno. I think Xeno's just underwhelming. She's just, other than the way she looks, she's just like a big dragon.
Yeah.
It's just a big dragon.
It's like fighting Seath the Scaleless after you've already destroyed all of his crystals.
I don't know how they would have done it, but I stand by the point that I wish Safi was the final boss of Base World.
I agree.
I don't know, like I think that I wish I like Xeno was in there, like.
And then just kind of got forgotten about.
And then and then they celebrated, and then they had like a Geismagor moment.
Where
just like then all of a sudden the fucking mountain just caves in, and they're like, oh shit, it's still alive.
Yeah.
And then it's hey, it's stopping.
Oh shit, he's leaving.
Oh shit, it's breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think it was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Spectacle wise, that's how I would say. I would sum it up for both of them, or I guess I say all of them really. Besides Volcano.
Both the bosses, yeah.
Yeah. Well, even to some extent, Shira.
Oh yeah, that's right. We completely forgot about
but,
Shira.
Like, it's more about the spectacle than anything.
So I would say Shira's probably the best boss.
Yeah,
in quotes that world has.
Yeah. Even though Velkhana's a boss, she's a boss in the context of the story. She's not but in reality, she's just a nice Elder Dragon. She's not really a boss.
Yeah.
Like,
I really like the Ishvalda fight. I think it was really cool. I like the like. There's literally like 4 phases in the fight.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool.
And I love like her design.
Yeah.
The color scheme. I love like the fact that she looks at you into the camera the whole time.
Dude, the fucking shifty eyes, bro.
The shifty eyes.
God damn.
I do. And it's not like I would still give her like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because she does those kind of like spam point blank laser beams that you can't avoid.
Laser beams.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Or the one where she does after her ultimate, and then she just like beams you through the fucking haze. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, are you serious?
Yep.
But like, I would say she's definitely the best one out of the world.
Yeah, I would
say
agree.
And it does get sweaty as fuck fighting her. It does
Yeah.
get sweaty as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And so it does get pretty intense. I do enjoy that aspect. Like, I'll fight like one share, but she's not a I guess I should say she's not a monster that I would like willingly grind and fight like 5 of them in a row.
Yeah, because it
like,
can be
fight,
kind
like,
of a lengthy battle sometimes.
I think like I fight like one in a grind session. That'll be
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'll be like, fuck. And then I guess we go for next time then. But,
Yep.
The Rise bosses, though, on the other hand, the Rise bosses. So we start with we already talked about Magdamalo.
Yeah, I mean Magdamalo is just a fucking boss.
I just think like you know, and the rumors are out there, and what's I don't know what's fact and what's not, but I just wish he was implemented more in the story.
Yeah, I agree.
I just that's
like
it's
pretty
literally
much
the exact opposite of Nergigante.
Yeah, like he's in that game like from the beginning to the fucking end.
Yeah.
After once
I didn't even
Sunbreak,
realize...
once you go to Sunbreak, what's Magdamalo? What's that?
Yeah, but dude, I didn't even realize this. Like, when you fight the Baroth, or you fight the Geritodus, there's the dead Baroth,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, it wasn't, and the guy's like, it wasn't the Geritodus, and it's got Nergigante thorns in it. Before he even gets
Oh,
his
that's right.
Magdaros.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even notice that the first time
Yeah.
I played that through. I had no idea what the fucking Nergigante was.
Yeah, right?
But
You're like, I don't know what that is, but I'm scared of whatever it is now.
I love Magdamalo.
Yeah.
I love that fight.
But yeah, I agree. I wish he was implemented in the story more.
Now, what do you think about the floating serpent couple?
They're okay.
I think
as a boss, they were really good.
I think Allmother is probably the best one.
Allmother's the best fight. I would say. Yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, like if I'm gonna talk about like an actual boss, we're gonna talk about Guys Magorm.
Because like Magorm is I would say, let's just get it out right now. My Guys Magorm out of the both games is the best final boss.
Oh, I agree. That fight is awesome.
Boss. That was awesome.
That is such a cool fight.
Even on the Switch is fucking playing a handheld on the Switch is fucking badass.
That boss, I don't even like. I can't even like talk about like the fucking his like that attack he does where he just like roams around the whole arena and just like lays shit bombs everywhere and it like covers like almost the whole fucking arena.
Yeah, and I love his design too.
Yeah.
And his fucking color scheme. And then when you fucking fail the one thing and fucking Fury hits him with the Metsu Shiringeki.
Dude, that was fucking hilarious.
I was like, what the fuck? And she's always telling Lunchbox to chill.
Yeah, literally.
She's always telling what's her name to chill. I think you need to chill.
I think you need to chill,
you
bitch.
You need to fucking chill, girl. Damn.
Oh man.
I just have to mess around with more of his weapons, and I still haven't made. I've only fought the one. I haven't grinded it like.
I was cause like his hammer was like what was my go-to.
I do have the longsword
for a long time. Yeah, his weapon was really good for a while. But yeah, I mean like. I'm really excited to see what they do with the new one. I'm like now that I'm like 2 games in the series, I'm like super excited to see what they do.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to any like the new aspects they add to it, like with the clutch bar, the wire bugs and stuff like that. If they add something different, or like bro, like honestly, like even if we went back to the new world and we went that like you were saying like World 2, that would be dope.
That would be dope.
And have it more if they did like literally like a mishmash of Rise and World, but it's World.
Oh my god! Like what if they did like a sacrifice? Like that'd be the G rank and be like the sacrifice from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, right.
Like, the characters from Rise and show up in the new world.
Dude, that would be dope.
What the fuck?
Cause like I was almost kind of thinking like with the wire bug, if you had the clutch claw still, but you use it like the wire bug where you could like clutch onto things and like.
It was more like an actual like grappling hook, like,
yeah,
in the environment. Like I'm not saying you have to like fucking Naruto run up walls like in fucking Rise.
Yeah,
but, like you need like a little bit more like mobility.
That would I feel like that would be really really cool.
Like maybe like I want to say maybe like more like a Tomb Raider or like a like a Horizon.
Parkour. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of anything else that I wanted to.
So. We kind of talked about it like before. So like, Rise has like really changed up a lot of the weapons a lot. Like for one, like for one, the biggest one, I haven't messed around with it. I don't know if you said you did or not, but it was the hunting horn.
Oh yeah,
the hunting horn is like changed up a lot.
Yeah, so in World,
so you used it in World. Did you use it in Rise?
Yeah, I've actually used both of them.
It's on the list for me.
In World, I think it's how it was before, where you basically have like what do you want to call it? Like a chain of things that you can load up for your buffs, and then once they're ready, or once you have them lined up or whatever, then you can play your recital, and then it plays them.
Yeah, in Rise, it's not like that. They don't have recitals
You can
anymore.
change it back to that, to have it be that way. That's one of the switch skills that you can put on.
I see. Of course it is.
But then now it's like literally just two of the same note will cast that recital or whatever, and then you have like different special recitals and stuff you can do now in Rise and stuff like that. I haven't messed with it too much, but I know like a little bit of it. I know if like you do like one of each of the buffs or whatever, you can do like a super buff that gives you like all three of them instead of just playing them all individually and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. I like what they did with it. I feel like they're making it more of a like an actual independent weapon rather than just a side weapon that somebody can play to.
Like a support weapon.
Yeah, the support weapon. Yeah. Or you're not just relying on a bard kind of thing. They can actually like hold their own, which I do like. And you know, me and you both like our bonks from Hammer, so that's also why I like it. Is it just feels good bonking, especially in Rise. Like the bonks in Rise, where it's at, or in World.
I use Hanoa a lot, and I just watch her use it too. It seems pretty fun. Like it seems like a hammer, but like way more fluid.
Yeah.
In a way.
100%.
So, one thing I really think, one category I do think they need to overhaul a lot is I think they need to keep going with the shield weapons. I think the shield weapons need to overhaul in the next game.
Yeah.
Like to really make like for one Lance interesting.
I think Lance needs the most love.
Lance interesting and Gunlance viable.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think because like there's so much potential and like Lance in World is fun. I heard Lance in Rise is kind of a dud, but Lance in like it's like the exact opposite. It's like in Rise it's fucking Gunlance is fucking legit.
Yeah.
I want to keep that fucking going.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember like when
I want to I really want to like start from the next one like with the beginning and just being able to switch up more from the get go.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree 100%.
And not stick to so much to one weapon.
Yeah.
But it's just sometimes it's kind of like, do I really want to play this though?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that.
Fuck, man.
Definitely feel that.
What other things do we want to fucking add? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so kind of going back to Zora Magdaros. So what do you see like actual thing, actual? I don't know if we actually covered it, but like, what is your actual opinion on like Siege?
Yeah.
Big ass Siege battles. Because
so
they're
like
kind of a staple of the series. They don't appear too often, but
I just wish that we knew more people that played, so that we could do like sieges with people.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would be a whole lot more fun. Which I think, I think we kind of mentioned like the whole Rise thing, being able to take the AIs with. I think would help a lot.
100%.
Getting that going more for people that don't like playing online, because you have people like us that have anxiety and don't want to ruin other people's days by our shitty gameplay.
Yeah, and you can really fuck people over when you play on multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Baruchan who was talking about on the podcast. He's saying the ideal number for Monster Hunter is 2.
Yeah.
He's like, any more than 2, the
just
monster
gets to be a
just
clusterfuck.
like, the monster has no idea what to do and is just getting his ass beat the whole fucking time and just beating the fuck out of it until it's dead.
I agree. But
it kind of happens like when I play with what's her name, because I play with Hanoa because she's a lot less defensive. Because Minoto, she does a stimming and just disappears with the monster across the map, and I'm like, get the fuck over here!
Dude, okay, yeah, I will say one thing. Yeah, in Rise, when the AI players will stink make the monster, they just run away. Like they just run away from the monster, and then I have to just chase the monster for like 2 minutes while the stink makes active.
I do want them to bring back more interactability. I think that's one of the things that's missing from Rise, is it does feel kind of like stunted, where like kind of like old school like Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty. It's like the shit doesn't happen until you hit the magic tripwire. Like when they're just standing around chilling and shit until you hit it, and then they're like, what?
Yeah.
Just turn and go for it. So I like how like that Devil Joe, for example. Like the Devil Joe was on the map. Like it was on the map one time when I think it was the same mission where he fucking kidnapped my Odogaron. He just took off like earlier and like started fighting a Bambaro, and he's like on the other side.
Oh,
of the
he's
map,
breaking Bambaro parts.
Broke a Bambaro apart and gave me an investigation.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of shit, and like more interactables like within the environment.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do like about like Ancient Forest, for example. I hate fucking like trying to navigate that fucker, but like getting that waterfall, bro.
Oh yeah.
That shit is super satisfying.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot more like natural traps and stuff like that I feel like would be cool. Like the falling boulders and stuff like that.
And more interactability between the monsters. Because one of the things I like, or like especially when they have multiple monsters, like if you do like in World, when you do a mission with Lunastra and Teostra.
They have all the meld thing, yeah.
And they actually like interact and feed off of each other. Like, but like that doesn't happen if you have a fucking Rathian and a Rathlos in the same mission.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like especially like say if you're especially specifically if you're doing a mission to fight the two of them and like they go back to the nest and stuff and you're fighting both of them in the nest.
Yeah.
I would see like more of a unique, like more of a defensive, like basically defending their home at that point.
Right. Yeah.
You know, more interactability and more stuff like that.
Yeah, like Rathian's on the nest or some shit while the Rathlos is like flying around trying to like throw fireballs at you.
Actual teamwork instead of them just both trying to gank you.
Yeah, exactly. No, that would be cool.
I think that would be interesting. Or like, if they bring back Nami underwater and stuff, she just does like the fucking, because like her cutscene, I think her cutscene like when she like blots out the moon and like turns black and like that, and you just see the fucking lights flickering. I think that I was like, okay, you guys clearly meant that to be underwater.
Yeah, like let's be real here.
Meant that to be underwater. So I think and stuff like that, and then I love in the endemic life stuff.
Oh yeah,
I love the endemic life stuff. I just want to see more of that.
More nice endemic life.
More interaction with the endemic life.
Yeah, I like that in Rise.
Monsters too.
I like that they did that in Rise, where you can like get the helpers and stuff like that, where you're actually like picking up the endemic life.
And the birds and stuff.
Yeah.
I do like the birds. It is kind of like fun. Like I said, in an arcadey sense, I'm not necessarily a fan if they bring back for the next game.
I would agree.
Like I think it's fun for like. For Rise.
Yeah.
And you know, you can obviously just get good routes. Once you find the spots, you get a good route, it's no big fun.
That will be actually, that's the big difference I feel between Rise and World. I have fun exploring the areas in Rise more than I do in World. World, it just feels like a chore where I'm like, fuck, I have to run across the goddamn map to go get this monster. World is like, oh, cool, I don't know, just get wire bug, shoot, slide down.
I don't mind. I think it's relaxing in fucking World. Honestly.
See, I just want to fight the fucking monster most
I think
of the time.
It's relaxing. I don't even use fucking lizard Ubers either.
Yeah.
I just run around everywhere. Like, I take my fucking sweet time preparing.
Yeah.
Get into a monster. But then once I'm in it, though, and it fucking flies away, and I lose my shit.
That's the only... I will mention that about World. I don't know what it is, but, like, monsters run away so fucking much in World. I hate that so much. Like, just fight me, bro. I know that's...
Sometimes.
I know that's been, like, a thing in Monster Hunter. That's, like, a big thing, is, you know, they run away. You have to go track them down and stuff like that.
I don't see why... I don't know why I don't have much of a problem. I feel like I don't, like... when they run away, it's like it's usually the annoying run away. We just run away and then immediately turn around and start limping back to me, and I'm like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
But I don't have like running away to a whole different zone as much as you do.
Yeah, I just had bad luck, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think certain things is just bad RNG. That's what I think. In general, I think they need to fix is some of the RNGs. Like,
yeah.
It makes it hard to talk about certain things, especially with melding. Like, it's like, dude, melding talisman is so easy. And like, yeah, if you're lucky.
If you get
if
good
you're
ones.
lucky, like getting mantles, grinding for shit isn't that bad if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Like if you're lucky.
Especially in World.
Especially in World. Like the grind is fucking for real. So thank God we have we have each other to fucking make it a little bit more bearable.
Well, that's the nice thing.
I think it'll go faster probably if we do it together.
That's kind of the nice thing about Rise too, is they put a lot more detail in how to get certain parts.
Yeah.
And in World, it was just kind of like, well, maybe if you break this, maybe you'll get it, but it's still gonna be a 1%. But
So,
maybe it's that part. I don't know.
Again, so it's like comparing it to Dark Souls. There's a lot of just figure it out in world.
Yeah.
Figure it out in world.
Yeah, exactly.
Where Rise, it's a lot more detailed, which is good. I think that part of it is fun.
Yeah.
I just think, like I said, I think they toned it down maybe a little too much. But I mean, it's fine. And like, being on the Switch, a handle game. I would expect it to be a little bit more fast paced, and not like take forever.
Right.
I expect
100%.
playing a game like that on my CODs on my TV. I expect to probably sweat a little bit.
Right.
And get a little, little thumps in my chest.
Little thumps.
Little bump ups in my chest, as Kevin Hart says.
Oh.
But I think that's it. I think we pretty much covered it.
I think that was nice.
All in all, I think it is. Monster Hunter has officially affected my cerebellum.
Yeah, I want to play Monster Hunter now.
I was I just need my fix.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The last half hour of this, I've kind of just been like, man, I really want to play Monster Hunter.
I just
want
to play Monster Hunter now. All right, so I think that's it, everybody. So again, stay tuned for our Monster Hunter World Iceborne quest.
Also,
to the end.
To anybody that watched this that made it to the end, tell us your experiences in the comments. We want to know.
Exactly.
What was your first Monster Hunter game?
They're two of Capcom's best-selling games.
Dude,
literally,
literally.
they're not the only amateurs.
Being they've kind of forgotten about Resident Evil, so they forgot that's a thing.
I guess, yeah, kind of in a way. But
yeah,
stay tuned for more content, more Monster Hunter, other games to come in the future, and hit that subscribe and like button.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Later.